Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying out the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette. So today is going to be a really chill video. It's not going to be like a really in-depth review. Like I'm not going to give you like the weights of all the eyeshadows. I just kind of want to sit down, have kind of a play date with this eyeshadow palette today, try it out. If I have any thoughts on it, I will give you my thoughts. So yeah, we're just going to sit down, play with the palette and see what happens. Okay, so this is what the new palette looks like. I'm sure you guys have seen it everywhere. Every time a new palette comes out, you know, it's all over YouTube, all over Instagram. So that's what it looks like. Jared is currently outside vacuuming. So if you can hear that, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to kind of go with it. I'm not sure if the mic will pick it up. It might not, so it should be fine. So looking at the palette, all the top row is shimmers and down here seem to be kind of mattes. I know some of the shades here are kind of like a satiny shade, so it looks like a matte, but you can see there is a slight sparkle to them, but I'm pretty sure it'll be fine to use these in the crease, so it'll be fine. So the palette does come with a brush, but I don't know where I put the brush. I think I might have dropped it or something because it ain't in here, but I actually like their brushes. They're not bad. I always tend to use them. Yeah, can't really say much about them. I like the brushes, some people don't. It's not the case with every palette. Like some palettes I don't really like the brushes that come with them, but these ones are usually good. So I know this palette isn't like anything revolutionary, like it's nothing crazy exciting. It's pretty basic. There's some beautiful shades in here. It definitely reminds me of the Soft Glam palette, but with some pops of purple. I reckon I would enjoy looking at this palette and also using it if there was maybe one more purple shade, because the shade Soul is really nice. It's like a periwinkle kind of color, but I would have loved if there was maybe one, just one brighter purple so I could mix those two together, because I've been loving purple movie shades lately. But that's kind of my only critique I've kind of got for it at the moment. But otherwise, I think this will probably be a palette I will use pretty often. Okay, hopefully the lighting is bright enough. I have already done my brows off camera and I did put an eye base on and I set it down with a pressed powder. I'll have all the products that I use today down below. So for my eyes, I use my Tarte Shape Tape in Light Sand, and then I set it down with my Australis Fresh and Flawless powder. We're just going to get started. I think I'm going to do like a purple look today. I feel like everyone's doing that, but I really want to try out the purples. So the color I'm going to start out with is Love, which is this kind of light pink color. It has coated the brush really well, but it has gone everywhere. I always like forget this when I'm using their palettes. You do have to be pretty gentle with them. I'm just going to run this color through the crease. I want it to be like my transition shade, because then I'm going to go in with Soul. And for my brush, I'm using a Morphe M514 brush. Okay, so this color is very, very pigmented. To be honest, I didn't expect anything less. Like their palettes are usually really pigmented, so the pink did build up very quickly. I am finding it a little bit hard to blend out. Sometimes I do find that with their palettes, because they are so pigmented, they are a little bit hard to kind of blend out. That's not with every shade. Sometimes it's just with a few particular ones. This one I feel like it took a little bit to kind of like blend that out of the crease. Nothing serious going on here. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take the color base with the same brush, and I'm just going to kind of blend out that brow bone area. It's funny, I tell Jared I'm filming today and he thinks the best thing to do is like vacuum. He tends to do this a lot. He's like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. And then he's like outside vacuuming right near the window. You couldn't pick any other day to vacuum your car. So I don't know, I'm just gonna roll with it. It is what it is. I do have to say the shade Love is so powdery, like it's going everywhere in the pan. Like I feel like it's just as powdery as Subculture. Even though I've only used one shade, like this is really, really powdery. I do have to say the powderiness like doesn't bother me too much. It just feels like I'm wasting so much product because it's just kind of like all falling out of the pan. So now I'm going to jump into the color Soul, which is this one here. And I'm using a Morphe M507 brush. So with this one, I'm going to pat it on the outer corner, and I'm also going to build it up into the crease in here. I'm just going to focus more about packing the color on at the moment, and then I'll go back and like blend this out. Okay, so this is what I've got so far. I'm kind of not sure how I'm feeling about it, probably because I've never used this kind of shade before on my eyes. I do feel like it is a little bit patchy. I'm not sure, like I feel like it just kind of keeps falling off my eye a little bit, and in the crease it's quite dark here, but I can't really build that up anywhere else. It doesn't look terrible, and like I didn't have to work extremely hard to kind of blend it out, but I don't know if it's maybe just because I'm not used to using this particular shade, because I don't own this shade in my collection at all. So I'm just gonna keep going with it. I don't know, I wish this was almost live so you guys could tell me what you're thinking of it, how it's feeling at this point of the eye look. I think I might go in with Passion, maybe just a little bit, and put that on the outer and inner corner, and then we'll choose a lid shade. I'm not sure if this is gonna work, but we're gonna go with it. I wasn't planning on doing like a halo eye today, so it's just kind of turned into this at the moment. So for my lid shade, I think I might go into Wild Child. Oh shit. I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but it like literally just crumbled, like it fell out. Not the whole pan, but a whole hunk just fell out because I was trying to get it on my brush. So that's what it looks like there. Very, very crumbly. I'm going to try and put it on the center of the lid without like wetting my brush. I'm just trying out another brush that seems to be working better. Okay, so I'm not really liking that shade dry. Like it is eventually going on, but it's just so crumbly. It's kind of like just moving around in the pan every time I dip in. So I am going to wet the brush a little bit. I don't really like this shade because it's literally, look at that hunk that came off onto my brush. They're so delicately soft, which I find quite annoying. It's like a chunk on my eye. I'm not having a good time with this shade. Okay, so I eventually got that lid shade on there. I'm just going to clean up the fallout underneath my eyes. So I feel like the most fallout I got was definitely from that shimmer shade. That is probably one of the messiest shimmer shades I've ever used. Obviously I can't speak for all the shimmer shades because I haven't used them, but looking at them they do look quite similar in texture, but I guess I will have to try the palette again. No worries, Jared. No worries. Just drill whatever you need to drill, hun. Okay, so I have finished the eyes for now. I am going to put lashes on. I don't really feel like I want to do any eyeliner, so probably just lashes. I'll do the rest of my face makeup. I'll come back and do this with you guys, and then I will give my final thoughts on the eyeshadow palette. Okay, so I'm going to finish off the lower lash line now. By the way, if you're wondering what like other products I'm wearing on my face, I'll have everything down below in the description box. I'm just going to start off with the color Soul. I'm also going to go back into Love and just kind of diffuse the colour out. And I will use a little bit of Passion as well. I'm only going to put this on the outer corner. I just don't want to close my eyes up too much on the inner corner. Okay, so I think I am finished this makeup look. I did add a nude liner to my waterline and a bit of mascara. I just wasn't really feeling like any eyeliner today. I just wanted to kind of open up my eyes because the eyes are quite dramatic. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed watching me play with this palette today. I am very happy with the makeup look. I think it's very nice. It's something a little bit different. I love playing with a bit of color. Overall, at the moment, I am enjoying the palette. I did have trouble with that Wild Child color there. It was so chunky, it was literally falling apart. It does look beautiful on the eyes. It was just very, very messy. So yeah, I just need to play with this palette a bit more. There's nothing that went terribly wrong, but yeah, I definitely want to try out more of the shimmer shades and see what they're like, because obviously I only used one today. But please let me know down below if you want to see any other makeup looks with this eyeshadow palette. I would be happy to do them. Let me know what kind of colors you want me to use maybe next time. time there is a couple of warm tones in there, so I can maybe play around with that. But yeah, I think that's all I've got to say. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up for me. Comment down below. Let me know what other videos you guys would like to see. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat, and I'll see you guys really soon in my next video. Bye.